All right. Welcome to the Great New York State Fair. More importantly, welcome to the State Police exhibit. Now, who here is excited to see the best underwater show at the fair?
Yeah!
All right, and we are excited to bring it to you. But first, let me introduce you to the rest of my crew. First, coming up behind the tank is my training coordinator. First time, every time, Tech Sergeant Josh Cross. Josh has been diving for the last 32 years. Next up is the Troop E Senior Diver, Tech Sergeant Don Will. Better known as the Seneca Lake Sea Cow. Interesting thing about Donnie is he has not one, but 2 sets of twins at home.
Okay.
Yeah. Lastly is your very own, the Troop D Senior Diver, Tech Sergeant Greg Eberl. Greg's been a state trooper for the last 33 years. Back when he had hair. All right, and lastly is the host of your show, the Troop C Senior Diver, Tech Sergeant Seth Little.
Hello, New York! Thank you to the boss, Chief Technical Sergeant Neil Pace. Oh, you're really cute.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, how about that?
Cutest baby I've ever seen.
All right, my name is Seth Little, and I am here to be your guide on this underwater adventure. So while these guys are getting ready to get in the water, I'm going to give you a brief history lesson of the New York State Police dive team. Our first dive was logged in 1932. That makes us the oldest, and we are also one of the largest public safety dive teams in the whole of the United States. New York, right? Now, in 1932, we had hard helmet, canvas suits, lead belt, lead shoes. Altogether, the weight was well over 100 pounds. But troopers did then what troopers continue to do. We're given equipment, we use that equipment, we get the job done. In 1943, there was a smart fellow by the name of Jacques Cousteau. Jacques Cousteau invented the aqualung. It's what we commonly refer to as SCUBA. SCUBA is an acronym. It stands for Self-Contained Underwater Breathing Apparatus. Makes sense, right? So it took the hundreds of pounds of equipment, condensed it down to about 40 to 60 pounds, made divers a lot more maneuverable in the water. Well, the New York State Police were not adverse to being more maneuverable, so we wanted to adopt this new technology. In 1957, around that time, we sent representatives from our own dive team down to learn this new technology from the best, the Navy. So we went down to the New Jersey Navy Dive School. We graduated their dive school. We brought their lessons back to Albany, where now we have our very own novice dive school. Boss, tell us a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's a 10-week-long novice dive school where we bring our brand new baby divers from non-diver all the way up through advanced open water scuba, diving the depths of 132 feet, testing the mental and physical fortitude of our baby divers.
Oh, sounds difficult.
Oh yeah.
Typically, how many people graduate?
About a third of the people that show up will graduate the school.
A third of those who actually begin from tryouts on to the finish.
A third of the people who think they're good enough.
That's right. And you know what? Those guys up on the tank, we're good enough. Let's give them a hand.
What do you say we get those guys in the water? It's hot out, right?
Yeah. But it's a beautiful day, so kids, who wants to see the diver up close? Come on over the ropes, come sit down right in front of the tank, get a worm's eye view of the tank and diving and what it's all about. Get excited.
You gotta warn them though.
Gotta warn them. No crying if you get wet. There is no crying in novice dive school.
Come on over and have a seat. All right, have a seat.
Yes.
All right, looks like they're ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go, but you guys up there, you've been doing this a while. I mean, you've been a diver for what, 32 years, Josh? Right? You've been on the dive team for like over 20, right, Don? Yeah, 21. So, listen, we don't want you to just get in the water like any old diver. We want you to put your gear in the water first and get your gear on underwater. No, come on, let's go. Do you want to see divers in the water and doing that? All right, the kids say so. The adults, they're on the fence, but I think I can convince them.
Now, Seth, while they're getting their gear in the water, why don't you explain why we would do this?
Okay, well, we actually do this while we're training them. We take our gear off and we put it on underwater because a lot of times the water that we're in, it doesn't look like that water. It looks like what's in that container right there, all dark and nasty. We need to make sure that divers do not panic if something goes wrong. Panic is what will either hurt or kill a diver. And so they need to be able to take their equipment off and they need to be able to put it back on underwater before they can graduate. So, are you guys ready to get in? Well, I see masks on your face. That's part of your equipment. Get the masks in there. Come on. No, keep your suit on. Keep your suit on. Nobody wants to see that, Josh. All right. Masks are going down. Now, without saying this is a race, it's a race. All right, so we're going to give them a countdown. They need some encouragement. They're sort of diva-ish. So when I say go, we're going to start from 3 and work our way down. And when we get to 1, everybody yell dive.
Before we start that countdown, let's figure out who the crowd thinks is going to win this race.
Oh, okay, yeah. So by crowd participation, who do you think's going to win? Is it going to be the hero of Troop H, Josh Cross? Very lackluster, Josh. I think they saw you starting to take your suit off and were like, no, not him. All right. But we have up there, when he is seen in his natural environment, there is no one like it. It is the elusive Seneca Lake Sea Cow done well!
I don't think they want to see either of them.
No. Do you want to see divers in the water? All right, let's start that countdown. Go! 3, 2.
Wait, stop.
Why am I stopping? What?
There's a couple hundred people here today, I'm sure of it.
Okay, all right. So we need some more excitement. Are you ready to see divers in the water? All right. Go! 3, 2, 1. Dive! The first thing that you're going to notice is they're going to go for their air, their second stage regulator. They're going to put that in their mouth. As soon as they have air in their mouth, everything else is copacetic. If you have air, you have life. You can go ahead, take your time, put everything else on. Now that air is attached to our source of air underwater, which is a tank. That tank holds a closet full of air. All right, but it's condensed, it's compressed into that tank. Now you just can't breathe off of that tank because that's 3,000 PSI. It would blow your lungs up. So you need a regulator. The regulator reduces that air pressure down to about 145 PSI or so. And when it gets it down to that, then it sends it down the line to their mouth regulator. And we see there that they got their mouth regulator in there. They're breathing at ambient pressure. Okay.
We got a winner.
We got a winner?
Oh, yeah.
All right. We got the Seneca Lake Sea Cow pulling through. All right. But you know what? They're both winners. They graduated the novice school.
Oh, yeah, they both
We
get trophies.
live in the era, everybody gets a trophy. I know. All right. So, that being said, that tank, which supplies them with air, is also attached to a BCD. Those are the air bladders that are on the back of themselves there. All right, you can add air to those bladders, those black flaps, and when you add air, you become buoyant. And so if you are positively buoyant, you go up. If you're negatively buoyant by releasing air out of those bladders, you go down. What they're at right now is neutral buoyancy. Neutral buoyancy is the diver's sweet spot, okay? It's like being out in outer space. And so those fins can work really well, propel them while they are neutrally buoyant. They make it look easy, it's not. That mask that is on their face, it allows them to see things 33% larger and 25% closer. So when you have a diver come up out of the water and be like, did you see that fish? It might be a little smaller than what they're saying. Still a good story, we like it. All right, but how did they get that water out of their mask? Things can happen, masks can fall off. Well, they got that water out of their mask by not panicking. They just put the mask back up on their face, and you'll see up here on the screen, he just takes his fingers, adds a little pressure to the top of his mask, and he blows air bubbles out of his nose. That air fills up the mask, and it pushes the water out. And then he's able to go about his way and continue doing what he needs to do. All right, there are other things that can happen. when you're diving, and especially when you're diving to depths of 132 feet. Okay, there's pressures down there that affect equipment, and so we want to be able to solve any problem without panicking. All right, you might ask me, what does 132 feet look like? Okay, and you might ask me, what does 132 feet look like? Thank you very much. We have an audience participator right there. Okay, so if you see the top of this tower here, that's 60 feet tall. All right, so add another tower on top of that, 12 more feet. It's almost panic-inducing, right? That far under the water, well, how can you handle that? Well, we handle that because we bring down with us our most useful tool, which is our dive buddy. Okay, and so we're simulating right now. If we're at depth and something goes wrong, air gets cut off, what happens? You get your dive buddy's attention. Josh Cross did that, said, my air's not working, Don. Don comes over, he takes his regulator out of his mouth and puts it in his buddy's mouth, nice and calm, no panicking. And then he takes his safety second, and then they're going to take their time going up. All right? The air that they're breathing is air, it's not oxygen. And so most air is comprised of what? Nitrogen. Nitrogen is what actually causes bends in divers, and it happens when they come up too quickly. So they want to go up nice and slow. They did a good job. Let's give them a hand. URT, what does it stand for? Underwater Recovery Team. Our bread and butter is search and recovery. Okay? Why is it? Because if a police officer comes onto a scene that's above water, what is it considered? It's considered a crime scene. So if a police diver comes up to a water scene, it's underwater, but it's the same thing. It's a crime scene. So we need to take the appropriate steps. We need to be careful not to ruin the crime scene. We need to do things in order to be able to effect an arrest if a crime has been committed. And so that's why we are taught. All right? And one of the things that we've been taught right from the beginning is you're not going to see a lot of stuff in the water that you're diving because it looks like this. And so you need to move like an octopus. That's why it's our symbol. The octopus, if you've ever seen it move over the floor of the ocean, it touches everything. Gets into every crack, every crevice. Nothing escapes its reach. Okay? And so that's why when we are down in the water, we move like an octopus with our hands on the floor of whatever we're searching, because our motto, boss, is,
if it's in there, we're going to find it.
if it's in there, we're going to find it. Now, we have a true and tried method that we've been using for many a year now, and they're called line searches. They help us to search. Every once in a while, it's not just a search and recovery, but it might be a search and rescue. Okay, so I'm going to need a volunteer. Going to need a volunteer over here. Sunglasses, right there, with the jean overalls. Come on over. All right. What's your name? Ava. Do you have an adult in this audience? I thought I saw somebody clapping for you there. Come on over, adult. All right. Come on, Ava. All right, listen. We're going to pretend that this guy's a diver. All right? And so we're going to put him out here. You're not nervous, are you, sir? All right, good. All right. So he was working on somebody's dock or something, but he went down under the water with his dive gear, and he hasn't come back up. So somebody reported him missing. Well, we need to find him. All right. And what's your name, sir? Kyle. Kyle. All right. So Kyle, you just stay put. All right. Ava.
Kyle, don't move.
Don't move. Okay? Okay. All right, so Ava, you are my land-based specialist. You are much better at this than Kyle is at diving. All right? So, what you're going to do is you're going to help me rescue Kyle. All right? So what I want you to do is I want you to tug on that line for me. All right. This is how Ava and I communicate. I'm underwater. She's above water. She tugs on that. I tug back. She knows we're ready to go. This is called a pendulum search. It's a grid, but it's a pendulum. Those who remember like grandfather clocks and the pendulum underneath, right? So, I'm going to start my search. And Ava sees that I'm coming to the edge. She gives me a couple tugs here. I feel that. Communication's happening. It's good. It's important in all of life. And so I give her a couple tugs back. She releases some line here. And I'm coming back. And all of a sudden, there's this guy just floating, but he needs help. All right, I'm helping him. Ava, we rescued Kyle, the amateur diver.
Do better, Kyle. Do better.
Job. Good job.
Ava, I have something really special for you. Your very own octopus, courtesy of the Trooper Foundation, right over there at that gray building.
Ah,
Kids,
yes.
Parents, go get your own.
A little commercial
Ava,
break.
thank you.
The Trooper Foundation is that gray building over there. They actually will supply you shirts like this that we're wearing, very nice and comfortable, and octopi and other paraphernalia. Support them. They help support us. We appreciate it. Okay? So, next, we're going to be talking about a jackstay search. This is another line search. And what this is it is a line that is connected, that connects two heavy weights on either side. The shortest distance between 2 points is a straight line, right? And so you have two heavy weights, you have the line, you have a diver that will grab the line and he will swim on the bottom of wherever he is at, pond, lake, and he will search the surface. Most of the time he can't see. So Greg, we need some evidence. We're gonna really show him how we do this. So we're gonna have Josh Cross, since he was the one that lost the race. We're gonna have him show you how to do a jackstay and totally redeem himself. All right, so he's beginning his search. In the novice school, we have the divers do this without sight, all right? Because again, we're not seeing anything where we're at. So he gets to the weight, he moves that weight over. It's just going in a zigzag pattern, but he is touching and he's actually going and going over again, even some area that he might have covered before. So he doesn't miss a thing, and he's going back, and as he's going back, he finds the gun. Let's give him a hand. All right, good job, Josh. Now, if you look up there, you'll see the type of pattern that we would do with that line search. That is the Chevy Park pond over there. Oh. Now, if we're looking for something possibly metal, all right, we have newer technologies that we might use, not just a person's hand. We might use a metal detector, okay? And so I'm gonna need another volunteer from the audience over here. Volunteer, red shirt right here. Okay. All right, so, what's your name? Peter. Does this look like something that you would want to go swimming in? Probably not. Neither do I. But you know what? You got to do what you got to do, right? All right. So, Peter, what we're going to do is we're going to give you a metal detector because we know there are things in here that we're looking for which are metal. First, put that glove on. And then hold this metal detector with the other hand because that's the glove that's going to be going in the water. All right? So we're going to go over the pond here. All right? And, oh, I feel something right there. Go ahead. Got to dig in there nice and deep. What do you got in there? You feel the bottom? Right there. What do we got? It's detecting metal of some sort. Maybe? Let's see here. Here, come on this side. There we go. Uh-oh, water in the glove. Oh, hey, there we go. We found a lock. Good job. And so what would we do with this lock now that we found this? Put it in the bag? Well, actually what we would do is we would keep this lock in the original water that it came in. All right? We would take a little maybe bucket or something like that. And then we put this in there because the fact is that fingerprints can last on objects under the water for up to 70 days. Okay? A lot of people don't know that. So we would take this to our forensics team. They may be able to get fingerprints on it, and then we would put the bad guy in jail. Good job, let's give him a hand. Ew, that's gross. All right, other technologies that we have. We have underwater robots, remote operated vehicles. Why would we use a remote operated vehicle? Well, let's say that it's an ice condition. We do cut holes in the ice and dive in the ice. But why put a diver in the ice if you could put a robot in there first? It doesn't have feelings, it doesn't get cold. Especially, let's say, a ATV or a sled went through the ice, there was nobody on it, but it's sort of inert, all right? It's not hurting anybody. So send a robot down there. So we have our boss, He's showing you what the robot looks like. Kids, wave to the camera. It's got an HD camera on there. It's got sonar so that we can actually see sonar images of things. So we're simulating what we would do if something went through the ice. All right, so he finds the four-wheeler. After he finds the four-wheeler, he attaches himself to that four-wheeler. Now, we need another useful tool. What do we think that is? What's the most useful tool in our bag?
A diver!
A diver, that's right. And we have the best tool bag right up there. Greg Ebel. So, Greg is on a surface supply air system. I told you that we came away from it for a little bit, all right, but we have found reason to go back. And one of the reasons might be to bring heavy objects up. It allows us to have communications with him and give him endless amounts of air because we want to take care of him. Are you ready, Greg? All right, go ahead, enter the water. Oh! That was a big splash. Remember, no crying. Very good, all right, let's give Greg a hand. Perfect. Great. Your purpose for being down there? Your tool bag, I know. What do you have to get that four-wheeler out of the water. How are we going to do that? Here he goes. All right, so he's over at the four-wheeler. He waves to the camera because he looks so sleek. He's a good-looking fella. He gets that out of the way. How are you going to get that out of there? Physics. He's going to use Archimedes' principle. I told you in the beginning about buoyancy, right? Add air, you go up. Take air, you go down. Well, he's got a lift bag in there. And so what he's going to do is he's going to take an airline hose that's from the surface supply air system. We're going to supply him air, and he's going to shove that lift bag hose right up the old lift bag.
Top side, sending bubbles.
There it goes. We see bubbles. And as he, don't get distracted by the bubbles, Greg. All right, so he is filling up the airbag. As it expands, it will lift the four-wheeler out of there, and he will get out of the way because we want his beautiful head to be protected. And he does it. Let's give him a hand. Look at the hang time on that guy. He's still got it. He's still got it. 33 years. 30, still going. We still have some air bubbles there, boss. I mean, it looks cool.
There we go. You know, Greg did such a good job in there, we should see if he can still do his backflip.
No.
No? He used to be able to do a backflip.
When he had hair.
When he had hair. All right, so listen, I just want to take a moment to recognize these guys. These are all scuba instructors that we have on staff. They teach our new divers, but more importantly, I want to recognize that every single time they go underwater, they put their lives on the line, whether it's in training or a true recovery mission. So if you could please all join me in thanking them for what they do every day. Thanks, guys.
Okay, for kids and adults, if you want to get your picture taken with a New York State Police trooper underwater, we have the best New York State Police trooper poser right under there in that water, and he's ready to go. If you have any questions about scuba, come up here, ask. We'd be glad to answer any questions that you have if we can. Other than that, the Canine Show is going to be coming up shortly. Remember, go over to the Trooper Foundation, and more importantly, have a great day at the New York State Fair. Thank you very much.